The Parent Responsibility Law. Thank you, Euclid, Ohio. Thank you for finally passing that. Maybe everybody else will get on board. Let's do it! All right, folks, welcome to Hard Hat Conversations. This is your host, Richard. I'm stationed here in Cleveland, Ohio, beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. The date is December the 27th on a Friday, 2024. Like I said, this is a live show, no editing or nothing. And whatever we say and whatever we do, hey, it is what it is. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, got what everybody get what they wanted, and gave what they wanted, and hope families was able to get around each other this year. We know there's a lot of stuff going on that some families can't get together, but I hope that gets solved, and I hope the families that did get together enjoyed themselves. Hope there wasn't no fighting, no craziness, or nothing, just nothing but love. Okay, folks? So this is Hard Hat Conversation. I'm your host, Richard, stationed here in Cleveland, Ohio. Let's do it! Folks, I was looking at a report about Joel Embiid. And those who don't know who Joel Embiid is, he's a famous basketball player for the NBA. He plays for the Philadelphia 76ers. He's their center. I think he's been in the league for about 11 years. An incident happened, I think, a few days ago. I missed it. I didn't know nothing about it during the holiday season. I was kind of busy. But let me go to my notes, folks. You know I like to go to my notes to refresh myself. He got tossed from the game. And a lot of people, on social media, the talking about the way he got tossed from the game. And, everything we do now, we got to put all kind of different spins on it, and sometimes we make something out of nothing, and sometimes we make nothing out of something. So it works both ways, good and bad. We're always going to have the good and bad part of it. So here's some of the stuff I saw over on social media, what they saying about the ejection. Excuse me, folks. They saying Embiid went a little bit too far, yelling at the referee. Which here's the controversy a little bit, folks. She's a woman. She's a white woman, of course, and he's a big black guy. So some people are trying to use that and saying that here's this big black guy yelling at this blonde hair white referee woman all crazy like he want to attack her. And folks, not to make light of it, didn't help that he had one of those black masks on that made it even worse. And I don't want to go too far back, but just, in the past, and there's a few going on today, mostly in the past, though, because we have progressed into a better society. I think we have, even though we're still going to have a few stragglers around with all that nonsense. It's like the old ways where you see a big black guy and all of a sudden you automatically, oh, he's attacking the poor woman. She didn't do anything wrong and stuff like that. He's yelling and screaming. Well, to be on his defense, on his part, folks, guys and girls, and we all know this if we want to be truthful. This is Hard Hat Conversations. We got to tell the truth. This is a man's sport where they do a lot of yelling, a lot of cussing, a lot of name calling, and stuff like that. It gets pretty heated in a basketball game. In any type of sports that men play, because we're men. So we get very aggressive, we get loud, we yell, we scream. So some people saying that women shouldn't even be refereeing men's sports because of the aggressiveness and stuff like that. And men's sports are very aggressive, so that comes with the territory. So I know we're trying to do all this equality stuff, but sometimes the equality stuff is not in the right spot. There's a difference about being equality and making sense. And you have a woman refereeing in a gladiator sport, there's going to be some loud yelling and some intimidation, you know. So that comes with it. And I think in that type of atmosphere, I think men referees can handle it more than women because women are a little more emotional. And then also, we see our women as we have to protect our women. So we don't like to see somebody like a big man yelling at them and stuff like that. We get a little sensitive as well and thinking that is wrong. But it's just part of the game. Now, sometimes you can take it a little bit too far. And I think when they start going after the ref like they want to jump on the ref, I feel the players taking it a little bit too far. And that's our problem, folks. Because we give them all this money to play a game of basketball. Come on, folks, let's be real. They playing basketball. Come on. I'm not beating it up. I'm just stating the fact. It's basketball. We shouldn't even be paying all that type of money to watch somebody play some basketball. But we pay for our entertainment. That's what we do. I think we're a little stupid on it, paying all this money for entertainment like that. But that's my opinion. But society and the stock market say, hey, that's what people want to pay it. They're going to pay it and we're going to charge it. So is that about nothing or is that about something? Should women really referee in men's sports with all the aggressiveness and stuff like that? Do you think they can really take it? Because he got ejected out of that game. Do you think her emotions got into it a little bit where she was actually afraid or something or got mad and ejected him? Is that another scenario that possibility could have happened? I don't know. I'm trying not to throw race in it, but you have to throw all these different things in there because let's be honest, folks, the majority of the ticket holders are what? White. They the one that pay the bills, majority of them. That's the hard hat truth. So, are you going to attack the folks that's paying your bills? Are you going to scare them away? Because they want to see some white players. They want to see some white refs. They want to see some people that look like them, just like we, as black people or Hispanic people or Indian people or Chinese people, we want to see a few people down there to represent us too. So, is it about something or is it about nothing? Please like, subscribe, and comment. I love it. I can take the criticism and I can take the pat on the back as well. I can take both. This is hard hat conversation. We're just trying to debate some stuff and then we want to find some solutions. So if anybody got a solution to that, should they play in it? I don't think women should be refereeing in men's sports like that because I just think it's too aggressive for our women. And some of these guys just go off the beam and they can be very intimidating to other guys. So that's just my opinion, folks. Like I said, like, subscribe, and comment. All right, folks, let's get off of that and let's go to the next subject. I got to get on our government, folks, because they love spending our money. So I got to always talk about them to keep them in line. Here's I put down in my notes. Is the government raising prices on purpose? Are they helping these corporations raise our prices? Because I'm tired of hearing this since COVID. It's been a long time since COVID now. But folks, they don't never tell you the truth, the government or the national media. So thank God for YouTube, TikTok, X, and all those other platforms that regular working folks like us that don't get our voice heard can actually say something and reach out to other folks just like us that thinks like us and understand what we're saying. because they in there with us, not the ones that's out there that's telling us what we should do and they got everything. It's easy when you rich and when you have everything, all the help and everything. It's easy to tell the other person what to do that don't have much. It's real easy, ain't it? It's not hard work, is it? So is our government helping these corporations raise the prices on us? Let me see what my notes say. Every time they give Social Security, and a lot of my older retired folks, y'all need to listen to this. Every time they give, think about it, every time they give y'all a raise, Social Security getting a raise, I guarantee you something in your budget goes up. Well, that raise don't even cover nothing. It just looks good on paper. Have y'all seen the prices of eggs? They so tired of talking about it, they just say, oh, well, it is what it is. So have you seen the prices of health care just keep rising? Nobody wants to talk about changing the healthcare system anymore. Have you noticed that? That talk is all out the window. They like it because they're making big money off of us. Nobody's saying nothing about healthcare anymore. Let's see. The minimum wage. Here in Ohio, they tout it went up a few cents. Big deal. In Ohio, like I said before in my other podcast, we got marijuana. Where's that money going? Where's that lottery money going? Everybody that play those numbers, only a handful of people hit it. Where all that money going? Nobody talks about these things anymore. Our system is corrupted, folks. We need to start making some more amendments. We have made amendments in the past. We really need to start making amendments now because the people that we vote, the representatives, acting like they actors and they musicians and they comedians. They want to be the star of the show. We can't have people make a decision on our lives with money, taxes, laws and stuff. We can't have people that want to be popular and making these type of decisions. We don't need those buffoons in there like that. We need real, regular, honest, to God people like me and you in there to try to make laws to benefit everybody. But what we got in there now is a mess. And we're part of that mess. Our local churches, they go to our churches every day for votes. Our leaders don't say nothing. They go to our police, fire, our factory workers, our union workers. They go to all sorts of big organizations to get their approval stamp. But we allow this stuff to happen because all those organizations are what? They are accumulation of people. It's our fault. Like I said, it's only 436 representatives and 100 senators, and it's what, over 300 million of us? It's our fault. Because we busy fighting over dumb stuff between us while they stealing in our pockets. Remember, folks, prices are like taxes. They never go down. Once that COVID hit and they was able to had an excuse to raise the prices, they're not going to lower those prices back down. So when they tell you on the news, oh, the economy is getting better, the prices are going down, that's a lie. If I was in business, I'd be a fool to lower my prices since I was allowed to raise them up. Why would I want to raise them down? I'm in business. I want to make money. So why would I lower my prices? And then I got you in a bind where you either buy it or you starve to death. That's what it's becoming. I'm telling you, folks, this country is in trouble. The poor, the more homeless. I read a report. The homeless are just growing by the droves. And plus, you're adding the immigrants coming over. That's more homeless people because all of them are not getting affordable housing. Folks, remember, All they talk about the government was affordable housing. How are you going to have affordable housing if you already got people here on the waiting list, and then you bring more people in that's poor and put them on the waiting list? So while they waiting, where they going to stay? On the streets, folks. They're lying to all of us. And we're all afraid to get together and say, enough is enough. We're afraid. The only time we'll get up when it comes to our door. And once it comes to our door, guess what, folks? It's too late. When it was all at them other people's door, you wasn't saying nothing. Why should they say something when it's at your door now? Just saying. I'm going to go back to my intro I did. I said about thank you, Euclid, for passing the parent responsibility law. That should have been passed in every major poor city. Cleveland, Chicago, what else I got down here? Atlanta, Detroit, Memphis, and many, many more minority-run cities. Now, how come a small city like Euclid have to pass that? Where's these big major cities that say they so-called care about the folks that elected them in office? How come they're afraid to pass this parent responsibility law? Because they might lose votes in the next election? That's one. What else could it be, folks? Like I said, like, subscribe, comment on it. I love the law. I think these severe cases where you have Kia boys, these other teenagers robbing and stealing, going to malls, creating havoc everywhere and attacking folks, they should, whoever is the parent that they living with, they should put them in the cell right next to them. I don't care if it's grandma or granddad. The only exception I have is if you got documentation, listen to me, folks. If you got documentation where you've been trying to put your kid into special programs and trying to get help for them, and they still acting up, then that's a difference. I wouldn't put the parent in jail with them because the parent was trying. But those lazy, you know what, parents that don't do anything but collect a check, or the ones that go to work and say, I'm too busy, I got to work to put food on the table. Well, you weren't too busy to have them, were you? You made time to have them, didn't you? So now you got to make time to take care of them. Those are the ones that need to be put in the jail cell next to them when they commit a crime. And pay that $500 fine at the beginning for the first offense. The next offense, $1,000. And then at a certain amount, hey, give them 6 months. Maybe that'll cool them off and think about it. Give them 3 months of jail. Oh, they're going to lose their job. Well, stuff happens. People get locked up all the time. They lose their job. There's other jobs out there. Apparently, you wasn't worried about that job because you didn't care about your kid out there robbing and stealing and hurting other folks, tearing up their properties. What about them? You think somebody care about you losing your job because you got to go to jail for 3 months because you're not taking care of your responsibility? We don't mind helping folks, but you need to take care of your kids and get them the kind of help they need. Thank you, Euclid, Ohio, for passing that. Now let's see if Cleveland can do it, Chicago, Detroit, Memphis. I guarantee you they won't do it. You know why? And this is hard hat conversation. And I'm going to tell it like it is. Because most of those cities are run by all black councils and black mayors, and they don't want to put out the dirty laundry. They don't want to tell the truth. They want to point the finger somewhere else. They want to point it at a cop. They want to point it at a teacher. They want to point it at the school board. They want to point it at somebody else. The responsibility that's supposed to be laid right there on that parent. And none of those cities will ever pass that because they, like I said, they will lose votes. The church won't help out either because they'll lose what few memberships they got because most of them are made up of women anyway in the church. They'll lost the man. The man has no voice in the church. So that's why they'll never pass those ordinances in those big major cities. I hope I'm wrong. But I know I'm right. And there's many other reasons they won't do it either. Maybe we'll get into that another day. All right, folks, I'm going to leave you with this. Go in peace. I'm going to have a show next week before we go into the new year and wrap up some things that we talked through for this first year of my show. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment. Thank you for being the listener. I appreciate it. You got time to do a whole bunch of other things. But here on Hard Hat Conversations, we're learning. We're trying to talk about stuff that nobody talks about. That's hurting our neighborhood because we still got neighborhoods. We don't have communities. You know, communities are people that come together and do parental responsibility laws. Those are real communities that's trying to have a solution. Remember, Hard Hat Conversation, we're going to talk about an issue, but we're going to come up with some solutions and try and work them, see if they work out. That's the difference between my show and some of those other shows that sit up there and just gossip and talk about people. It's a difference. Thank you, folks, for listening. This is Hard Hat Conversations. Peace out.